Hello, boys and girls. My name is Marissa. I work at Penn State Harrisburg, but I'm also the vice president of the board at the Boys and Girls Club. And today, for our readathon, I'm going to be reading to you I Am Perfectly Designed by Karamo Brown. It's illustrated by Anoosha, Syed. Karamo is a TV star. He is on the Netflix series Queer Eye. He also was on The Real World and is a father. He adopted his son and his son's half brother, and he's also a social worker. So let's get started. This book is dedicated to every child and adult who has ever felt different or not good enough. You have the life you want and deserve because you have the tools to attain it. You are perfectly designed, and please never forget that. I am perfectly designed. First, there was you, Dad. Then there was me. And now there is us. When you first saw me, you said, "He's perfectly designed from his head to his toes." And I meant every word, still do. When I was a baby, I looked just like you, only I had no hair, and you had lots. Now it's sort of the opposite. So true. Remember that? I had such a big baby head. Indeed, but your big baby head was perfectly designed for you. When I was a real little, I thought you could touch the moon. Remember that? We'd sit on the roof and reach for it. One day you'll be big enough to reach yourself, but until then, it's perfectly okay to ask for help. Remember when we went as syrup and waffles for Halloween, Dad? I do. That was awesome. I wonder what will be this year. When I run in the park, jump in the park, climb trees in the park, and pretend that I'm a statue in the park, you remind me that I'm perfectly designed to explore the world. You are, and you always will be. Sometimes, Dad, when I get mad or sad or confused, you wrap me in your arms. I like that. Me too. And I remind you that you are perfectly designed and wonderful no matter what you're feeling. Dad, when I grow up and leave home, will you miss me? Yes, very much. Will you go in my room and play my race cars and stuffed animals? You know I will. Will you sit on the fire escape and feed the pigeons like we do in the summer? The pigeons and the sparrows. Will you remember our favorite moves? I will, and I'll invent some new ones too. Dad, will you always think of me? Always. You know what, Dad? What? I will always remember walking through the city and sitting on your shoulders. And maybe when you're older and I'm taller, I can carry you on mine because we're perfectly designed for each other. That's right. Dear reader, it's always been a dream of mine to write a story inspired by the many lessons that my father has taught me. When I was growing up, anytime I felt fear or uncertainty, my father would remind me that I was perfectly designed. Knowing that, at an early age, really instilled self-love and confidence in me, which had been hard to find on my own. Now that I'm older, it's easier to walk with my head held proudly. My father and I felt it was only right to give this message to you. We want readers to never forget that just being your natural self is perfect. It's beautiful in every sense. We know how hard it is to think otherwise, but you can't stop telling yourself this until you feel it. Like everything in life, it takes some time, but with repetition, you will learn to walk with your head held higher than the Eiffel Tower. Jason Brown. That's exactly right, Karamo Brown. I hope you liked this book today, and I hope you remember that you are perfect just the way you are.